dickheads, Gobbo's back, and this time I'm going to be bringing you ULC. So pretty sure anyone who's watching probably knows what this is. It's basically loads of leagues come together to race each other and see who's the best. So just going to jump into our quali lap, starting off at Australia in intermediate conditions. The track is actually drying out, so we're going to brake just before the 100 metre board, go down to 4th gear, get on the apex nicely, and again on the exit, getting on the power a little bit gingerly that time, but now up to full throttle in 7th gear up towards turn 3. Again braking down to 2nd gear if I'm slightly wide there, and then again I'm going to have to be quite careful on the throttle, and not even full throttle yet as we go through turn 5 now, finally just about full throttle now into 6th gear and 7th gear, then braking down into turn 6, nicely on the curve there in 3rd gear, then up to 4th, a little snap on the exit there, but that's not going to matter too much. And then through 8, that's all fine, into turn 9 now, probably shouldn't have gone down into 2nd gear, could have stuck it in 3rd and maybe tried to get a bit close to the apex, but obviously ran a bit wide. So then through 10, the fast right left-hander, full throttle obviously, then down to 5th gear, not 6th gear in these wetter conditions, and then just holding it in 5th through there, pretty standard. And now accelerating up towards this corner, I forgot what number it is, 14 I think, maybe not. Yeah, pretty alright. Then again, 4th gear through here, probably could have been maybe in 5th, but no, it was alright. And at the time the lap felt pretty quick, like for the conditions in the session. Obviously it was drying out and I kind of ballsed up. I thought I had more time than I did, so obviously completing this lap and then doing an in lap I wouldn't have had time to go out again, so that put me P8, which was alright, but obviously that dropped me down to 16th on the grid by the time everyone else set their quicker laps, so it was a bit annoying, but never mind, we'll just get into the race now. So coming up on the grid, just having a look at the race director, seeing what tyres everyone's on. Excuse me. And there's 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, and it's WAG 1, and away we dank for the ULC round 1 of season 2. So we haven't got the best start, we're on the medium tyres, so I wasn't expecting to get an absolute flyer, but talking of flyers, CK Scott for Flying Scott has gone up my inside, but he's had to back out of that, so I'm going to go round his outside and just keep it in P16 at the moment. I just kind of wanted to have a steady first lap, and well, I almost went and lost my front wing there, but as I said, I wanted a steady first lap because I wasn't used to racing a lot of these people, so I wanted to just kind of take it step by step. Little corner cut there, but I thought I'm entitled to that in the first lap. I was just trying to not go side by side through there with anyone. So we're up to 12th, which is pretty decent. I've got Luke behind me, so it was nice to have someone who I've raced with quite a lot, who I kind of knew what he was going to do, knew he wouldn't do anything too stupid behind me, which was good. And so yeah, so I kind of like this position at the moment, having a gap behind me as Luke's going to go slightly wide through the chicane, I think, so I'm going to gain a lot of ground in there. As I said, I like this position, having cars behind me and cars in front, because it means I have license just to get into a groove, and if I make a tiny mistake, it doesn't matter too much because I won't lose the position behind, but it also means I can set about catching the guy in front, which is pretty cool. So 12th place it's looking like at the end of lap 1, so pretty decent start. I think, I'm not sure, but I might have been the highest guy up on mediums at this point in the race, which strategically obviously was very good. There might be some people like around 8th, 9th that managed to make their way up on mediums, but I wasn't too aware of that time. Yeah, so lap 2, just coming down to turn 3. As I said, I've got that nice big gap behind me and in front of me, and ahead of me 4 cars, including my teammate Sam, Mighty Midget, BPRL Midget, has just been shoved off by, I think it was Hamilton that shoved them off, so that was like Hamilton, CRU, who else was involved in that? One other guy, and obviously Sam, so it was a bit of a shame for him, but for me it's alright because it's put me up to P8, and keeping my nose clean has never kind of proved so vital. Like, I've halved my grid spot already, and we're only halfway through lap 2, so I was loving life right now, not gonna lie, especially not gonna lie, when I saw Reese facing backwards for turn 5. And we're going to take another position on Mike there, so up to P7. But yeah, when I saw guys like Reese, like AOR reversal, facing the wrong way on lap 1, I did crack a little bit of a smile, not going to lie. Sorry Reese, but yeah. But I knew he'd kind of catch up if all things stayed as they are. And that's my strat of the race. He's had a collision. Something's happened with Alonso, so so I was up to 6th. Like, I was just sat there laughing at the moment, like what the fuck am I doing up in 6th? But then we got the safety car, so any strategic advantage I had has kind of been ruined, and as you can see there, I've gone and lost an end plate, which was my fault. Like, at the time, I thought that Alonso was braking on the straight, but then I realised, like, looking back, I realised I was kind of, I should have been going slow at the time because I was going over the delta, so yeah, that's alright. So we're in P6 on the restart, and at this point I was expecting to kind of get gobbled up because I thought about pitting under the safety car to change that front wing, but like, I wanted to stretch the tyres a bit, and especially I just wanted to see how much understeer there actually was. Like, being a clockwise track, a lot of the corners are left-handers, so it wouldn't have affected me, no, right-handers, so it wouldn't have affected me too much through corners like turn 1 and like the last corner and stuff. But as you can see, I got a pretty shit restart. I've dropped behind Alonso a lot, and Sam's going to try to chuck out my inside. We're going to go side by side through turn 1, and he's just going to pull it off around the outside on those supers. So and then his teammate Flying Scott's going to try and move on the inside, but I'm going to outbrake him and try and hold the position, and then I get a little bit of a shove out off the track, which is a little bit naughty from him, but whatever. It's first race, let it slide. Yeah, continuing P8. I've got Jamie just behind me, so like corners like this, that wasn't bad. I mean, I missed the apex a bit, but as I said, right-handers were all right. But you'll see coming up to the chicane now, like the first left-hander, it was what I was really bricking it for, because it was the first proper kind of like load-bearing left-hander where the right front corner has to do work. So I was like, don't know, we'll see how it is through this corner. And as you can see, I've missed the apex, I've gone miles off. So I go onto the grass, let Jamie and CRU and Rosberg through, which was not great, but that, like, my mind was made up. I was like, yeah, I'm definitely going to pit this lap, because I thought I was going to end up losing too much time with a broken end plate. So yeah. Excuse me. So yep, going to come into the pits now, release Sam from behind me, see what he can do. And coming into the pits, obviously I always used to run pit assist, so this was like my first time actually breaking into the pit lane in a league, which is pretty fun. But yeah, no, sorted that out, no problem, get it slowed down. And gonna get a front wing change and gonna chuck on some soft tyres. So the aim with these softs was to go like to the end, maybe, well, not on this set, like this set and then the other set of softs I had. So what was it, 23 laps I had to go. I was going to split that between the two, and it was going to be a bit close, but I thought I might be able to make it. So yeah, so that's us coming out of the pits. So we are down in 18th, not ideal, and I think this now is going to be, yeah, that's just me coming across the line. My first flying lap on the softs, which was a 28.0, which was pretty decent pace for this point in the race actually. So I was quite happy with that. But obviously I was way far down the order. And here we go, a couple laps later. Half the reason I did pit was to avoid Rosberg, who I knew lagged quite a lot. But so that's him coming out of the pits there. And there's me getting a warning as Rosberg just lags a fucking Narnia and back. And so there's me jumping Sam in the pits, and Jamie's coming out of the pits as well. He's going to go side by side with Rosberg, and to be honest, I knew that was going to happen. I saw Rosberg lagging, and as soon as I saw Jamie come out of the pits near, I was like, it's not going to end well. And Rosberg's just kind of put him in the wall and going to carry on his merry way, which is alright, I guess, for him. And yeah, no, I don't want to sound salty towards Rosberg. Like, I'm sure as a guy, he's like, I don't have a problem with him as a guy, as I said, but like, just he's had such a reputation for lagging, like in AOR and stuff, and his, like, I don't understand why he's entered the league, You get what I mean? Like, he knew it was going to be a problem. Like, his lag was going to be a massive issue, and it's like, so far it's ruined his race. I don't know what would have happened earlier on in the race with him. And as you can see, virtual safety car, I admit this was just me being completely fucking like stupid. At first I didn't know like if Rosberg slowing down there was for lag or what. So I didn't know if he was going to like just jump ahead on the track again. So I've got to drive through the speeding on the virtual safety car, which was fair play. Like, for some reason my mind just didn't kind of work. I just didn't twig. I had to go slower, which was pretty stupid of me. And then I'm going to get given any second now. So I get the drive-through for speeding under the virtual safety car, and I get a drive-through for handing the position back to for not handing the position back to Rosberg after I overtook him. So like, because all the penalties came at the same time, I was just like, what are they all for? Like, I understood one of them, I guess, at the time, but then like, even still I was just a bit perplexed as to what actually happened in like the last half a minute. But yeah, carried on, and at this point I was like, it's all done, and I was like, oh, I've got a drive-through again. I was like, oh shit. Like, the last lap 11, which I came into the pits, I meant to do the drive-through, but instead they changed my front wing and tyres, which threw the strategy I wanted to do out of the window. So at this point I'm pitting, and this is for one of the drive-throughs. So, drive-through on lap 12, so already I'm almost down in last place, like 15th. I think Mike's going to get past me now. Yeah, so Mike's gone past, and on the next drive-through, so like at this point I was like, oh no, I'm good now, I don't have any more drive-throughs or penalties, and then this comes along, I'm like, what the fuck, like, why have I got this? Because I was just so confused. But yeah, so then this is actually the next lap for me serving the drive-through, otherwise I would have been disqualified. So yeah, from this one Jamie's going to get by, which is a bit shit. So that will be me down in actual last place on track. And yeah, not much to say really. Like, my pace, like as that 28.0 on softs early in the race, I thought it was pretty decent. Like, I was in such a good position before the safety car came out. Like, that's a different part of the race, and there's no point complaining. But like, I felt so kind of comfortable in a way. Like, if the safety car didn't come out, me being in 6th place on the mediums, like the highest medium runner, with loads of quick people behind me, would have been so fun. But they'd have had to like change their strategy up quite a bit as well. So I could have potentially held on, but this is me coming into my final stop, going on to some super softs, and the Sauber boys don't take their time doing the pit stop, but that's alright, I guess. I'm at 17th, so it was there to like gain. So I've now come out a lap down, like the guys in front of me on the mini map. That is 2nd, 3rd and 4th, and then behind me is 5th and 6th. So just kind of take note of where they are, like the leaders in front going into turn 3 and the other guys coming out of turn 2. So this lap is my quickest lap of the race, so I left this in just because I kind of wanted to show the pace I did have if I didn't make some stupid errors. But yeah, like, this lap felt really good, so I'll just kind of shut up for a bit and let you guys watch it. So yeah, that lap felt pretty solid, as I said, like coming across the line. It's going to be a 26.8, which I think it was like 5th, 6th or 7th fastest lap in the session, something like that. So on supers, I mean, there's my 3rd warning and 3-second time penalty, like, fair enough, can't argue with that. But yeah, I thought my pace was pretty decent. And coming on to my last lap, as I was lapped, you can see second, third and fourth. I mean, I know they were fighting, but like they're not really that far up the road. Just behind me is fifth, so he's caught a bit, and I've actually gapped sixth place. So like that's where I could have been, and I meant to cross the line then and destroy my vehicle over the line, but I crashed it a bit too early. So yeah, pretty, I don't know, pretty poor race. Like I was pleasantly surprised with how good my pace was. So here's me just scrolling through. I mean, look at that. Man, I got like 2 drive-throughs and a stop going at the same 10 seconds of track, which was pretty bad. But like, congrats to Finn and Alonso for that 1-2, and especially shout out to Luke for getting P8. Could have been a lot better for him, but like he got stuck behind Lagberg like so much. So it's a shame, but still a decent result. And BPRL, not so good for us, 12th and wherever the hell I finished. But yeah, never mind. Can't wait for Bahrain, should be pretty decent. Pace might be a bit better. So yeah, peace out guys, see you in a bit.